Hi guys, my name is Michaela and you're watching FunsizedStyle. I have no idea what's going on with my voice. Anyways, sorry I left you guys in a bit of a lurch on the last video. I didn't leave you in a lurch in that video, but it's been almost a week and I haven't uploaded since I uploaded that video, and I haven't updated on it since and what came of it. There's a lot to this, and this is gonna be a not fun video to film. I think it'll be good for me though, to just kind of replay everything. But I basically told you guys in the last video it was a health update, but this is going to be the biggest one yet. And told you guys in the last video that when I had my CT scan for my surgery coming up in March, the radiologist read that I had mild basilar impression, and if you want to learn what that is and why it's not good, go ahead and check out the last video, because again, I don't want to keep repeating the same things in these health updates, because that would be like filming the same video twice. And I'm pretty sure I said that exact same line in the previous video, so anyways. But if you want to know why that's not good, check out the last video. The good news is that I don't have basilar impression, and the CT scan results were incorrectly interpreted to my OI specialist, and so they were incorrectly interpreted to her from the CT radiologist. So at that appointment, it was me, my neurosurgeon, or the neurosurgeon that I met with, and my OI specialist, and then my dad was there too. So basically, we all met together because something that's really important to her is protecting her patients from basilar impression, because it can be dangerous. But I don't have that, and it's quite miraculous considering like super common in type 3, and I don't have that. That's really good news. It's a bummer that it was incorrectly interpreted to her and the scan was like shown differently to her than what it actually was. I was thinking all this time that I had basilar impression when I don't. So that is good news. But like I said, it was the three of us, and my dad. And he said, like, so we can go ahead and wipe this problem off the table. Like, you're completely fine in that regard. And he is the top neurosurgeon at this hospital. I met with a pediatric neurosurgeon. He's like the top. He's very well experienced and just very knowledgeable. Let me give you a preface about him and my OI specialist. We've been talking for a while, and he said, so we can go ahead and wipe that problem off the table, but there's a bigger problem we need to look at. And he also reviewed the MRI that I had for my trip to New York to see a spine surgeon. And he said, you've got a massive problem. You don't need to worry about this little problem of basilar impression because you don't have that. He said, what I'm genuinely concerned about is this big problem that you have. He said, and it's your spine, because like I said, he reviewed the MRI. It's been bad for a long time. In recent years, really progressed. So I'm not naive to the fact that like it's bad. I have a 170-degree curve on the top of my spine, and then a 180 curve on the lower part of my spine. He said, I'm genuinely concerned for you. He said me and my OI specialist, I don't want to say her name because I don't know if she wants to be named, even though I speak so highly of her and she's awesome and really has changed my life in a lot of different ways. But I just don't like mentioning people in a video if I haven't gotten approval to do that. We've been talking for a while, and she had said that, you've progressed for a long time, and where you are at now, he was very blunt, but he was very kind. And I like doctors that are kind and blunt, especially with big problems like this one. I'm not a person that, like, if something is wrong with me, genuinely wrong with me, where life could be on the line someday, like, I want to know about it. Like, I don't want you to sugarcoat it and say, like, oh, it's fine, like, we'll take care of it, it'll be fine. Like, no. If there's something genuinely going on, I want to know about it. I obviously didn't tell him that, but, like, he's just blunt like that. But, like, he's very kind. He did it in, like, a kind manner. This is a problem you can no longer ignore. You need to address it. Your OI specialist and I, like I said, who was also at the appointment, and he said her name, He didn't say you're a eye specialist, but again, don't want to mention any names if they don't want to be mentioned, but they're both amazing. We've been talking for a while, and this is something that, like, you need to address. Like, no. Now, mind you, again, this is why I was going to New York. Like, I knew it was bad. I was told that, you know, I've known it's been bad for a long time, and that's why I wanted to get a third opinion. And from the beginning, I wanted my team in Ann Arbor to do this from the beginning, because I trust them wholeheartedly. They know me for like 13 years. Like, they know my whole medical history, and they're just like amazing. And I have a huge support system in Ann Arbor and just all of that. And so, but we originally decided not to because I had x-rays and like my lungs are like a little bit compressed, but like even from x-rays you can really tell the magnitude of this problem. The MRI revealed to us the magnitude of this problem. I just want you to know, like, this isn't something that, like, I know it seems like we kind of keep flipping back and forth on this, and we kind of do, but it was also because we didn't have the proper testing done to understand the magnitude of this. And the reason that we didn't is because we knew an MRI would be like not good for me, not good for me, but not a fun experience for me. Thought we could get by an x-ray, or at least I think I asked if that was fine. I don't really know, but basically, like, and also, like, we just didn't know, like, at this point what the risk versus benefit was, because spine surgery, especially when you have as many pre-existing conditions as I have, especially from a respiratory standpoint, is one of the most risky surgeries that you can have. They've been talking for a couple months now, and it's no longer anything that we can deny. It's no longer anything that I can do nothing about. I mean, ultimately, like, I have the ultimate decision. Like, I'm an adult, obviously, like, and they said, like, ultimately it's up to you, but this is a longevity of life issue. He pulled up my MRI, and you could see, like, you know, and this wasn't something that was revealed to us in the x-ray, but now my spine is so, like, it's crushing my organs. My liver is now bigger than the lung capacity that I have left. My liver is not enlarged. It's normal size, but basically what that means is, like, my lungs are so small now that, like, they're running out of room. And it's really miraculous because, like, with my obstructive sleep apnea, I have to wear a pulse oximeter at night, like, measures my heart rate and my oxygen levels, and, like, I oxygenate, like, perfectly fine, and I breathe insanely fast, and I breathed fast for a while, even before my scoliosis got super bad. Like I said, scoliosis doesn't start out super bad. It progresses over time. This is longevity of life issue now. My organs are starting to be crushed. Like, my heart is fine. It's not pressing on my heart, anything like that, but my lungs are being crushed slowly. They're not, like, totally crushed, or else they wouldn't allow me leave. But over time, like, I'm not gonna be in a good spot. He described it as, like, my spine is like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Like, it's just waiting to collapse, basically, because it's gonna squish the rest of my organs, like, if we do nothing. I think it was really hard, especially for my OI specialist that is really close with me, to, you know, tell me that, like, my life is on the line, or could be on the line if I do nothing. It's a miracle because I don't have spinal cord damage, and usually when you have super severe scoliosis, even less severe than what I have, you start to have spinal cord damage, which you can lose control of your bladder and, like, all of these different things. And he was asking me if I have, like, any of those problems, and I was like, no. And it's just, like, it's an utter miracle, and it's a miracle that I'm doing as well as I am medically with the condition that my spine is in. MRI is what really saves my life, pretty much, because it gave us a bigger picture of the magnitude of this problem. I'm 21 years old. Something that you never want to hear at 21 years old is you have this medical problem, and if you don't address it, your life will be cut short. Like, I'm young and I'm full of life. I said a million times, like, I've known it was bad. I've known that for a long time, but I didn't know that, like, my lungs were already starting to be compressed, and that at this point my liver is bigger than my lung capacity that I have left. And I'll say it again, my liver is not enlarged. Like, it's normal size, so that like to in perspective at how little lung capacity I have left. When I'm making this video, I don't want you to think like, oh my gosh, I'm like a ticking time bomb. Like, I'm the same now than I was before this appointment. I'm the same person, I'm in the same situation, but now it's just coming to the realization that like this needs to be done now. Not now, but he does not want for me to wait several years to do, and yeah, it is happening this year. You know, I was under the impression that we were going to talk about my potential BI, and like that was it, because when we originally started this conversation about my spine here, we were just really trying to weigh the pros and cons, and because even though now we know my lungs are compressed, like medically otherwise, like I have no problems that are inhibiting my daily life or my quality of life. Like my heart is good, I'm oxygenating well, like everything's good. And the condition that my spine is in, like that is a complete miracle, but that also sets us up for even more success for the surgery to be successful. The way that they described it to me, I'm at the point now where no matter any type of risk in the surgery is worth taking now, because I am going to eventually suffocate myself if I don't do this. Because he said there is absolutely no way that it's going to stop progressing. It's not possible. It's going to keep going if we don't fuse it and stop it. I kind of expected to hear that when we went to New York, or when we were going to go to New York. Even just to like, I didn't expect it that day, and I don't think no matter how prepared you are, or no matter how bad you know the situation already is, like there's no way you can like mentally prepare to hear that like you're in that much of a dire situation to where like if you don't address it, your life is gonna be cut short. And I've known for a while that like this should be done. I didn't realize what urgent situation I was in right now. I'm not in like an urgent situation where like I need the surgery next month. Doesn't want us to wait 7 months, a year. Like I have some other things in May and in the first week of June that like I have to be at. I have like the OI clinic in May that will be like really beneficial for us to like talk about, you know, any last questions that we have and things like that. And so I'm going to be going into halo traction, which is they drill pins into my skull and use weight to stretch my spine. Part of the urgency of this situation is because they did a couple tests on me when I went to the neurosurgeon with my OI specialist, and I still have a lot of flexibility in my spine. Usually people who have really severe scoliosis, their spines are really stiff, so it's really hard to like get their spine to stretch out even with halo traction. That really gives us a lot of hope in that I could get a lot of correction with just halo traction. Like obviously I'm gonna have the surgery too, but I could get a lot straighter even with just the halo. And the thing is, I'm gonna be in halo traction up to 3 months, and it's really, really complicated. The level of care that I'm going to need, I'm going to be completely dependent on 1 or 2 people, because with this halo traction they have to put the contraption that uses weight to pull your spine up. Like I have to sit in a special chair, like I can't, and it's not going to be a chair that I'm going to be able to maneuver myself. Like everything from like moving to dressing to bathing to washing my hair to going to the bathroom, like these are all things that I do on my own right now. Like I'm pretty much, except for getting in and out of bed and in and out of the bath, all the other daily care things like I do 100% on my own. And for 3 months I'm going to be completely dependent on somebody. So that's going to be interesting, because the level of care that I will need, not something that Mom will be able to provide for me physically. My dad works half of the week, so he's not going to be here to help. In order to get nursing care, you have to get a special kind of insurance. And even with nursing care, you only get a certain amount of hours. It's just so complicated. There's so many things that we have to discuss. There's a lot of planning that goes into this. Like I can't go to a rehab center because my team determined that like a rehab center wouldn't be beneficial, because they work with a lot of elderly people that have like no experience with any OI or any respiratory issues. Anything musculoskeletal just wouldn't be the safest option. And plus I use a ventilator at night for my obstructive sleep apnea. Even though I don't use it as a ventilator, I use it as a BiPAP. You can check out my sleep apnea video to learn more about that. But even though I don't use it as a ventilator, it's still considered a life-saving device in terms of nursing care. Rehab centers won't often take patients who are on a ventilator for any period of time. Ideally, I would like to be at the hospital the whole time, and I know that sounds awful, but I'm gonna be inside the whole 3 months anyway. Like, I'm not gonna be able to go out with this halo on my head, and I have a bigger support system in Ann Arbor than I do here, and I will be very lonely very quickly if I'm stuck at home because I just don't really have a support system here. I don't have friends here. That's gonna get old really fast. And in Ann Arbor, I have dozens and dozens of friends. This is the camp that I was a camper at and now volunteer at. I have like dozens and dozens of people that are like my family that live in Ann Arbor and have already offered to visit me every single day and spend time with me every single day and like just help take care of me even if I am in the hospital. And a lot of them work at the hospital. Like, that's the ideal situation for me, but in terms of like insurance and like that, I'm not technically sick, so I can't really be an inpatient that long, although I heard from another source that I can be inpatient for that long. So there's just a lot of little details like that we need to figure out. Like, that's our main barrier, is that where am I gonna go during Halo Track? That's our biggest barrier. So still a lot of decisions to be made. I just really need to. There's just a lot of discussion to be had with a variety of factors. So that's kind of happening this week. We're gonna try to figure out like how is that gonna work? Like, where am I gonna go, kind of thing. Because like I said, it'll be up till 3 months, and you have to take care of the pins. You have to like clean them every day. There's just a lot of care that's involved in that, and 3 months is a long time, and it's gonna go by really slow. Leaving, no matter if I'm at home or in the hospital, it's gonna go by slow because I'm not gonna be able to leave. It's a lot. Sarah and I will not be going to New York. I have decided, since my team wants to take this on, I fully ensure my life with them, and I know that God was using them to help save my life and give me a longer life. I've trusted them for a very long time. They are the ones that I wanted to do this with from the get-go. I would rather be at a hospital that people are familiar with. Like, literally everybody at the hospital knows me. I would feel most safe there. I have a huge support system there. It's not going to be easy. Like, this is going to be the hardest thing I've ever gone through in my whole entire life, next to H1N1. There's just a lot of planning that's going to go into this, but this was a total switch of plans. But it all makes sense now because I couldn't get the miracle flight. I had to keep rescheduling my appointment. The MRI, like, God set this up in a way to stop me going to New York so that I could be where I need to be. Ann Arbor is where I need to be. That will most likely be taking place this summer. I will keep you guys posted. Another thing that I want to say is the way that my surgeon is going to fuse my spine is using wire, screws, and bone. And this bone comes from an organ donor that has passed away. No, it's not an organ like a heart or a kidney, a liver. Like, an organ donor is going to be one of the very many people that God is using to save my life. And I never thought that I would be a recipient of something from an organ donor. When you sign up to become an organ donor, whatever they feel they need, you can be a tissue donor and an organ donor and all these different things. I am signed up to be an organ donor, although I don't think they'll take anything from me 90 years from now because I have osteogenesis imperfecta and my collagen is defective, so it affects almost all of my organs. But even if it's something like my skin, just something, I've been signed up for as an organ donor for 3 years now because you can be signed up when you're 18. So as soon as I turned 18, I signed up to be an organ donor. That was obviously before I knew that I would be a recipient of something from an organ donor. That just really hits me hard because I never thought I would be a recipient of something from an organ donor. And the fact that whoever this bone is coming from is really going to help save my life. The gift of life is the most selfless thing that you could ever give somebody. Like, I never saw myself in the position of being a recipient of something from an organ donor. I know I've said that like 5 times, but like, that's a really big deal because without this bone, like, we wouldn't be able to properly and safely fuse my spine because of how mushy it is. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm most likely going to be a recipient of something from an organ donor. Bone isn't something that you need to find a match for. Something that they always have on hand, I guess. Like I need to like start a petition to find a match. Like they have it. But the donor bone will disintegrate and it's used as a bridge for my own bone to grow back. So eventually it will disintegrate and I will no longer have the cadaver bone. But the cadaver bone is essential for the fusion of my spine, and so without that, this wouldn't be as successful. I encourage you guys to sign up to be an organ donor. I've always been passionate about organ donation, but I've never really talked about it on my channel because I feel like, I don't know, I just don't know. I don't really have a story behind it other than some people around me have received like a kidney, but I never personally saw myself being a recipient of something from a organ donor, especially an organ donor that's passed away. The gift of life is the most selfless gift that you can give, and I have not even went through the surgery, but it is something that I'm already forever in debt to whoever decided to sign up and become an organ donor, and it's going to help save my life. So I encourage you guys to sign up if you're 18 or older to become an organ donor. I'll have a link down below where you can sign up. Like I said, I signed up the first day that I turned 18 without even knowing that someday I would be a recipient of something from an organ. How many times did I say? I'm pretty sure it's like my 6th time. But it's something that is like the biggest wow factor to me, because I'll have a link down below where you can sign up, become an organ donor, because now I'm even more like, oh my gosh, yes, like organ donation. And like I said, I've been an advocate for a long time. I just think that, you know, I don't really have a story about it. You know, up till now I've never received an organ or anything, but I just, from people around me that I know that have received an organ, it truly does save lives, and now I'm going to be another example. I encourage you guys to sign up and let me know if you do, because we only have one earthly life, and after that we don't need them anymore, but somebody else to continue their earthly life does need it. And I think it's such a gift, not only from the person that is donating the organ, but also the gift of like medical technology and science that we have become to be able to transplant these organs from one person to another, help save lives. That was another really big part of it that I wanted to share, because it's something I've been thinking about a lot since I, you know, heard about that, that it will most likely be coming. I'm a deceased organ donor. Basically, I'm at the point now where like there's no amount of risk that outweighs the benefit, because longevity of life is important. And he said, like, you're young, you have a lot of life to live. It would be different if you were 60 or 70 years old, but you're 21. If longevity of life is important to you, then this is what needs to be done. I will keep you guys posted. I just got accepted for an internship in the fall, because I only have like 2.5 semesters left of school, and then I'll be doing of college, and then I'll be doing my internship at the same time. And just got accepted for an internship, but I will no longer be able to do that in the fall because I'll still be recovering. A lot of things are going to be pushed back and on hold. College, this is like 10 times more important. Life-saving surgery. I'm really excited because when they like tried to like stretch me, like to see how much flexibility I have in my spine, they were like, oh yeah. And like I could already tell a difference in like the ability to like breathe, like be comfortable, even just for like those 0.2 seconds. And it's something that like they told me like, this has gone on essentially for 21 years. And it happens so slowly that like you don't notice your breathing getting worse or more difficult or anything like that. But like your life is gonna turn into a 180, like in a good way. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be terrifying. I'm not nervous so much for the halo. Nervous for the big surgery because it'll be 10 to 13 hours. Also, I would not be surprised if I need a blood donation or two during the surgery. So I encourage you guys to donate blood as well if you are able to. I cannot because of my size. I received a blood donation in the past when I had H1N1. And you can watch that video to find out more about that too. But so that's something I'm also really passionate about, blood donation. So if you can donate blood, I would really appreciate it. I know there's been kind of a shortage with the surgery coming up and the potential that I will need, a very high chance that I will need a blood donation is, you know, is pretty high. And I don't even know what blood type I am. That's so bad that I don't even know. But I encourage you, like anywhere in the world, if you're, you know, of age to donate blood and are medically able to donate blood, I would really appreciate it too. I will keep you guys posted. There's a lot of conversation to be had, but I just wanted to let you guys know this because this is truly a life life-saving situation, because he said that, like I mentioned, there's no stopping this, and I'm gonna go into, like, I have the potential of having cardiac surgery or on a ventilator if I don't do anything. Lungs are already starting to be compressed. Just know that we are not taking this lightly, and we know that this is something that needs to be done now rather than later. But there's still a lot of decisions to be made, and I just ask that you pray. I ask that you pray for me. I know I've made the right decision, and my prayer has been answered, because I've been praying that, like, God gives me the answer whether this is something that I need in my life, ever since the discussion got brought up in October of 2018. Yes, 2018. Now, pray that this will be successful, and I know that God has his hand on this. I don't know how people do it when they don't have God in their life, because he is only giving me courage and confidence in this. I know he has a plan and a purpose for me, and that the only reason that I'm doing this is so that I can continue to live and fulfill his plans for me. And I know that, like, this will turn out good, because I think that 50% of it is how I do medically, and 50% of it is my attitude that determines the outcome of this. So it just has to you pray for my team. My surgeon said, you know, I'm going to be having all of this done and staying at the pediatric hospital throughout this whole thing. And it's a big hospital. They're the best in the nation. And so I just ask that you pray for every single person that is involved in my care. And this, pray for those around me that have to watch me through this, the power of prayer, because I've seen it firsthand. And I'm using this opportunity to be able to show people once again, look what God can do. And God saves lives every day, and there's miracles every single day. And I'm choosing to look at this from a perspective that, like, see God at work again in mighty ways. And I hope that this will be an example to people that, like, everything happens for a reason. This is going to be hard, and this is going to be terrifying, but I know something good is going to come out of this. I know it. I don't even have any doubts about this. I'm going to be terrified. There's going to be hard days. There's also going to be a lot of hope. I know he has a plan and a purpose for me, and I love the life that I live, and I have this sense of joy for life. I know he has his hand on me every single day, and he will help, and he will use these doctors to help save my life and give me a longer life. After the surgery, I should have a completely normal life expectancy, which is why we want to do this, because I will live a really, really long time. Not after the surgery, because, you know, as long as everything goes as planned, you know, that should be the goal, and that should be what happens, because otherwise medically I am just fine. Just pray as often as you can for me and my team. Thank God for giving me the team that he has, because I have full confidence in them, and it's going to be a journey of a lifetime, but something that needs to be done. I will continue to keep you guys posted. I don't know when or if there'll be things to update you on. Just wanted to let you guys know what transpired that day. I will no longer be going to New York, and all of this will be done here in Michigan. Still be continuing to do YouTube while I'm in Halo. I'm not going to be doing as many videos, because there's only so many videos I can do while just being able to do nothing. I'll be doing, like, a hospital room tour, Halo attraction Q&A. My last class is, like, till fall is, and I don't even think I'll be doing fall classes, but is March 26th, I believe. So I'm going to be pre-filming, like, almost every single day. I have videos up for you guys this summer. So you'll see videos back and forth. Like, when I start to go through this, you'll see videos of me at home here in my bedroom, and you'll see videos of me at the hospital. Obviously, the ones of me in my bedroom are pre-filmed, but like I said, realistically, I just won't be able to pre-film, or I won't be able to film a ton of videos while I'm in the hospital, because, you know, I just won't be able to do much. So you're going to see a lot of flip-flop content. Not content, but just locations, videos that'll be posted on the channel during that time will be pre-filmed. I think that's everything. Like, this is going to be terrifying, but I know that something beautiful is going to come out of this, because there's nothing more worth fighting for than the gift of life, because life has a plan and a purpose, and this is just part of God's plan for me. I'm choosing to see it as, through this, I'm going to see like I've never seen him work before. Just have that faith in that, and yeah, the joy of the Lord is my strength. I will catch you guys in my next video. There's a lot to say and it's not easy to share on camera because I don't want people to worry about me. And if you ever find yourself worrying about me, pray for me instead, because the power of prayer is so real. And if you guys have questions, let me know in the comments because I can do a Q&A. Not like right now in this video because I don't have the questions, but I can do a Q&A on any questions, specific questions that you guys have about this process. I'll be going through a bunch of questions down below. Anything that you're wondering what it's going to look like or what they're going to be doing or how I'm going to be doing, like, let me know down below. Leave a whole bunch of questions. Pretty much an open book. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for praying for me. And I mean, like, please say prayers, not just a comment saying praying for you and then don't. I mean the ones that you praise God and not only praise Him but ask for prayers too for me and my team and that we make all the right decisions. Okay, I'll catch you guys in my next video and I'll see you next time.